Hello, my name is Verma.
Hi, I'm Rafael.
Hi, I'm Ashley. Our fourth team member's name was Jennifer. She moved to Arizona, but she helped us with this project and solution, so we wanted to give her due credit.
And together we make up
The Communicators.
Our mission is to establish effective interdepartmental communication in order to streamline operations within the city. We were tasked with finding one problem within the city that needed to be addressed. We chose lack of communication within the departments. Within the city, there is a perceived lack of interdepartmental collaboration and communication. An example of this is needing a report from one department and being unable to obtain it, or huge time delays in obtaining key information. Another example would be departments taking action that affect other departments without communicating these completed actions or objectives. So who does this affect? We believe it affects the entire city. This is a citywide all-employee problem. For example, in DFAS, there was a need for yearly counting of fixed assets. There's huge delays in obtaining this information, and multiple requests must be made before it is even obtained. When assets are finally disposed of, it may be months before the information is reported to accounting. Another example is solid waste. There's past issues of regulations being overlooked in temporary and permanent projects. Also, the BioCart had water leak issues when they were working on a project as well. DMD needed to be involved in these projects and issues from the get-go instead of finding out about them after the fact, mainly because the EPA can do surprise inspections and fine the city and specific departments if they are found in non-compliance. There's also a lack of communication from HR department to almost all of the city departments regarding timelines for hiring or moving positions and employees. And where these candidates are at during the process, such as whether or not they're qualified, if they're going to have an option or a chance for an interview, all of these issues, and those that are experiencing the lack of these issues also experience the lack of communication on both sides. So what is the current solution? That's the problem. There is no current solution. Most of the departments clean up the mess. They sweep it under the rug, hoping it'll go away, or we play catch up and obtain a temporary solution. We pay fines, which costs the city and departments valuable funding. We lose indispensable candidates, and we lose city time due to lack of efficiency. Rafael will now next discuss our solution.
Thank you, Verma. So one of our possible solutions that we came up with for this project is to create an interdepartmental liaison, setting compliance goals as a whole for the city or interdepartmental team building, provide information to all directors and ideas for solutions so they could bounce ideas off all the other directors during meetings. Employees can provide check-in of all issues in communication, and upper management will create a report to other departments so everyone is aware of what needs to be communicated. In my next slide, we definitely need to create buy-in. Our frontline workers are our most valuable asset, and we need their feedback. And that might be motivated by the frustration of them not having the information and other needs met. If it's something that has always been done, they might not buy into the solution. Training will need to be provided, but it may not change a cultural mentality. By using positive reinforcement or utilizing other incentives that could change the culture, then buy-in may occur. Lack of communication occurs at multiple levels. We could set up a meeting with the CAO to inform of the various issues and solutions to see if any anything on that end is similar or different, and brainstorm with the CAO issues such as non-compliance due to lack of communication. Then we gather numbers, pull information, address all we can on lack of communication, and present it to the directors and or CAO. We have various methods that we came up with. My next slide. We thought of all different ways we could communicate across all the different generations of our employees. We thought of things like emails, e-web, flyers, in-person options, informational meetings, departmental memos, and create preliminary presentations for potential volunteers. But we thought the best way to communicate our solution was through the implementation of a pilot program. Ashley, can you tell us more about it?
I sure can, Rafael. Thank you. So to implement our solution, initially we want to create a pilot program to see what we need to work on and what we can do better so that the program can be a success. So once we complete the pilot program, it'll initially be on a volunteer basis. We will use word of mouth to communicate this opportunity and hopefully offer incentives so that we can encourage participation, because like Rafael said, we definitely need that buy-in, but we might need to change the culture a little bit before we get buy-in on its own. The next step would be to coordinate with HR. HR can help us modify job descriptions as well as include liaison tasks in the duties assigned. And the reason we would need to coordinate with HR is because eventually we would want to make this liaison a permanent hireable position. So it would create a new position within each department. In and of itself, it looks good on the resumes. And this position can be supervised by existing positions. So there's no ladder that we need to create. The ladder is already in place. So next, what we did was we put out a survey to other employees within the city, as well as people that we knew. The feedback that we've got was a little bit mixed on whether people would participate in this program. We also found that people definitely wanted us to get city backing to ensure implementation, because there can be a lot of red tape within a city organization. So without the backing of the city organization, we would happen to find a lot of obstacles along the way, which is not what we want. We want to have a smooth process once we launch this program. So other people felt that we needed the committee work to be on the clock to encourage participation, but the town hall meetings, being an unknown amount of time, need to be off the clock. People definitely favored a permanent position being implemented after the pilot program to keep our mission intact despite leadership changes in the city and mayor changes as well. Everyone agreed with us that we wanted a top-down approach, meaning we would notify the highest manager and then we would implement it downwards, finding issues at the very top of management, working on those communication issues down the line, and putting departments on notice if involved. So if there is a communication issue within the department, notifying them that we need a liaison from that department immediately and to help us find that person. There were questions on participation and meetup feasibility, which we hopefully will fix utilizing social media as well as incentives. People definitely recommended town hall meetings to combine our findings and discuss solutions to make sure that everybody is on the same page. Because of the pandemic, people also felt we needed to combine online and in-person formats depending on where the pandemic was at the time to make everyone comfortable in participating. Thankfully, everyone agreed a pilot program would be ideal to see the effects of red tape in action and to smooth out our learning curve. We need the pilot program as well to link the chain of command and to create a communication web top down from department to department to create a feedback loop. Everyone agreed as well that we needed to evaluate our pilot program after to ensure its success. So moving forward, these are our actionable items that we need to work on next. So first, we need to write our proposal, detailing our pilot program, how we want to launch it, and what our feedback loop will look like as our top-down approach. After writing this proposal, we will meet with the directors to get an approval to launch the pilot program. We will then start our groundwork for our PR campaign, soliciting individual involvement and making sure everyone knows that this is a new program that we want and we want them to participate. Sort of like the slogan, "We want you," but at a city government level. So the fourth and final step would be to request feedback to improve the program. So we would put out another survey. We would survey the department heads, committee members, and town hall attendees to see how we can improve the program and if it was a success, because the key to our launch would be the success of the pilot program. So we would next just wanted to thank you for listening to our proposed solution, and we hope that it is as successful as we want it to be. If you have any questions or feedback, please don't hesitate to contact us. Our emails are on the slide. Thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank you.